Welcome, everybody, to another special episode of Ro-JoSports. I'm your host, Rob. Alongside of me is my right hand man, Joe.
What's going on,
And
guys?
here below us, here we have Delonte Hood, former player for the Denver Broncos, Cincinnati Bengals, Arizona Cardinals. Um, who else we got? The Admirals, right?
Renegades, is that
Argonauts.
Oh,
Argonauts?
Argonauts. Yep,
That's it. Yep.
for Canadian football, right? Canadian Football League. All
So,
right,
Yes, sir.
go ahead,
Appreciate
Joe.
y'all having me.
so Delonte, I've watched the CFL a little bit from time to time. So I was just wondering, what what's the biggest thing to get ready for from going from the NFL to the CFL? Like, because the rules are completely different. There's only three downs. So, what's that like as a player?
Um, yes, a lot of different rules, a lot of different tactics to use. Because there's only three downs, coaches game plan differently, they attack differently. More of a passing league and very spacey field, so timing is different playing DB, and throws are easier for QBs. So you got to be mindful of that. It's like more of an offensive league, not a like a defensive uh, type league.
All right. Heck yeah, man. So I was thinking.
Um,
I've always wondered that myself. Like, it's always been a
Yeah.
Yeah, between Canadian Football League and Arena Football League, I noticed that the receivers can always be in running motion before the play even snaps and can go. So um, that's
Yeah.
always been really interesting to me. You as a defensive back, how hard was that to adapt your game to?
I think the running people use the running to get like more speed, but like I'm pretty fast myself, so I really never worried about it. It was just about actually slowing myself down, to be honest. Slowing myself down, not being really affected by the running head start because it could be deceiving and stuff like that. But yeah, DB should get paid more in the CFL. It's kind of challenging to be a like I can see how it could be challenging to be a the best DB or whatever.
Yeah, I can imagine it's definitely different than what they have going on right now in the NFL. I'm kind of curious as to how some other players would transition to the Canadian Football League in comparison.
um, So, Delonte, you played for the Denver Broncos. It says here. Was this during Sean Payton's first year in the league? Well, first year back in the league with the Broncos.
Yeah. Yep. Um, I was like I was more of the like Hackett. I was under Hackett, and then Sean Payton came in. I didn't get a chance to play a season with him. It's more so like just got to do like OTAs, training camp, preseason. And that was it. But I was more under Hackett.
Wonder Hackett. So, how was Hackett as a coach? Did you enjoy your time with him?
He was pretty good. He wasn't really like when I got there. He was like knew he was going to get fired and stuff like that. See something, say something. So it was okay. It was also my first year still because I came from Cincinnati.
So,
Um,
what's the one thing that is a big difference for me is how are the facilities different between Cincinnati and Denver and even Toronto and all three? Like, are they all? I'm guessing Toronto probably has the worst, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I would say to me the Broncos have the best facility. Because first of all, it's multiple, and then I think I just liked well, no. I said Denver, right?
yeah,
Yeah, you said Denver.
Yeah, so yeah, I think Denver has the best, in my opinion. Cincinnati's is kind of small. Toronto's is like CFL really isn't in that much order. It's like it's different.
I know me being a Steelers fan. I know the Pittsburgh Steelers, their ranking when it comes to facilities, I think they're last place in all of the NFL. So,
Mm,
they're
that's crazy.
definitely probably the same age as their owner, the Rooneys. Um,
Mm.
but for those who may not know your story, who is Delonte Hood and how did your football journey begin?
Um, I began playing football when I was like the age of 6. Um, Played for a Pop Warner team. Then, eventually went to Dunbar Senior High School, where I didn't really get a chance to play till my like midway through junior year. Uh, Senior year was a little better, and then I walked on to this Division II college. Uh, yeah, I walked on. Had no offers, no stars, and they pretty much put me on scholarship. I want to say start of sophomore year or midway through sophomore year. After the year I was having, had a pretty good year, went All American, and COVID struck and kind of messed everything up. I want to make an impulsive decision of transferring to Toledo uh, and played a season there, like a COVID season. Made another impulsive decision because there was only 6 games and played at an NAIA called Peru State. Um, and basically, just didn't want to do another year there. I didn't want to let my previous success, like, just become like a glim, like a glim or dim in the light I've already, like, sparked. So I just declared for the draft, trained for, had a pro day at Nebraska, um, had posted good combine stats there, and then got a shot with the Bengals. I feel like that was important too, because I had other teams. Got onto the Bengals, did all season there, OTAs, mini camp, training camp, preseason. Didn't make the squad, but got picked up by Denver. I want to say like week 8, week 9 of the season, of that current season. Finished out practice squad with Denver, uh, and did that whole off season with Denver. Preseason came, didn't make the cut again, and then I went to I waited that whole year. Then I did UFL. UFL had a good year, a good year for a DB. Uh, and I led the league in forever, and that got me a shot with the Cardinals. But that wound up being stint because it was just off a situation I was just like an injury replacer. Anybody got injured, I would have made the team, but nobody did, so I didn't. It was
Well,
already a
so,
DB stacked team,
oh, for sure.
and
The Cardinals
yeah,
team defense was always stout. Patrick
yeah.
Peterson and all those
I
guys. I
mean
mean, my goodness gracious.
that I feel like they had guys that they drafted, guys that they brought on already. So I was just like an emergency player. Wound up not making the Cardinals, and then I was going to do UFL again, but then CFL GM gave me a call, you know, talked a good game, and then I went up out here.
Awesome. Well, one of the things that you mentioned is that you had no stars and you walked onto a Division II program. One of the things that we're trying to instill information into these kids in these small communities in these areas, that just because you don't have offers, just because it's not a Division I school, doesn't mean that it's a bust. You have an opportunity. All you have to do is try and put
Yeah,
yourself out there and put yourself in a situation to be noticed. And clearly
yeah,
that's the route that you went and it worked.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, that's kind of something I was just always like hell bent on, like not mattering where I went, and just always having a plan for what I need to like get to the NFL and stuff like that. Knowing what I have to like setting goals and stuff like that. I felt like I kind of predetermined everything I needed to like just get the opportunity and stuff like that. So, like as long as you got a plan and like understand how things work, you're already in the right headspace, and that's where it starts.
Who's been the toughest receiver you've had to cover in like any of the leagues? Like even with the practice squad, doesn't matter. Who's your
Um,
toughest cover?
I would say Jerry Judy. I always say this on the live stream. Jerry Judy. When I got to practice squad with Denver, of course Pat had his fair share with Jerry, but just checking Jerry 1 on 1. Won some, lost some, but got better overall because I know at one point in the league he was like a 1 on 1 merchant. And receivers is a like 1 on 1s is a receiver drill, but like just being in position sometimes is a win. Because you counter all factors to the game. Like they don't really get that perfect rep that they get at 1 on 1. So
Mhm.
I definitely enjoyed that. I did line up versus Jamar Chase, like maybe twice, but still was good reps and stuff like that. That was my first year with the Bengals. But yeah,
So Delonte, this is always a question I ask everybody. It's a very important question. What's your favorite Gatorade flavor?
purple
Purple.
grape.
All
Yeah.
right.
Nice. That's a new one. We
Right.
haven't had that one
Yeah,
yet.
we haven't had grape yet.
Is there a defensive back that you have tried to model your game after? So, like Joe and my favorites have been Ed Reed and Brian Dawkins, and Troy Polamalu and those guys. Charles Woodson. I could go on and on. Deion Sanders. Is there a certain one that you tried to model your game after, or one that you kind of looked up to, and maybe one that while you were in the league that you kind of sought advice from?
I think like growing up, I liked the Legion of Boom, but I would say as I got like to that college level, like when I first got to college, I remember like Jalen Ramsey being like somebody that I tried to model my game after. Just being an aggressive type of corner, I felt like just stands you out. So I definitely like that. Um, at one point, I wanted to be as smart as like Richard Sherman, stuff like that, just being one step ahead. So I just kind of try to pair those two together, model my game after them. And then when I met Pat, I just met like a true technician, and I always was about technique. So I felt like that was good to learn from him and really pick his brain for a guy that you know, been having to play at a high level throughout his life. So
Yeah, he was he was pretty good.
Joe?
So I also have another follow up question. This is this is also another important question. Gotta know what your favorite go to wing flavor is.
like either honey barbecue or lemon pepper.
Lemon
Lemon.
pepper. That's a new one too.
Yeah, lemon pepper's good. Love me some lemon pepper.
Mm-hmm.
And then, do you use ranch or blue cheese?
Blue cheese.
Blue cheese. All right, that's
That's a
what I'm talking
first.
about. That's what I'm
Somebody's
talking
on
about. Finally, somebody
somebody's
else.
on your side, Joe. I can't believe it. Don't hurt yourself. um, let's see here. If you could pick, or sorry, if you could get an interception off of any quarterback in the history of football, who would it be against?
um, it would probably be Peyton Manning or Lamar Jackson.
Okay. Now, I did have a
Yeah,
question for you when it comes to today's rules. Okay, when it comes to um, all the flags that are thrown in professional football now, the league makes
yeah,
it almost impossible for you guys to be able to guard receivers. Back in the day,
yeah,
Ed Reed, he was able to throw a little bit of an arm into somebody before they'd start their route or something.
yeah,
Today's rules almost make it nearly impossible for you guys to do your job.
yeah.
Now, do you think that the NFL is right on tightening up the rules the way that they have, or do you think that they need to loosen the reins a little bit and let you guys actually play football?
Um, Definitely makes it safer. Um, I just don't think football is an aggressive sport. Like, you don't want to make it to where it's like soft or whatever, but you do want to keep it safe at the same time. So I guess this is like, a thing to keep the players safe. But I think you shouldn't be so like easy to make a call if nobody's like, if it's just clean. You know? Because there's a lot of clean plays made this year that were still called, you know,
Yep.
that shouldn't have been called. And sometimes, like it's football, like stuff will happen. Like you throw a ball across the middle, everybody in the world know what could possibly happen, even the player catching the ball. So I feel like you can't like take that away from the game, stuff like that, which is
Oh,
like
for sure.
day one rules. Like I'm pretty sure like even if you took away like certain type of hit across the middle, like a player still feel that fear of like that may happen. And so it's like stuff like that. I don't think now the dirty hits and stuff like that. The shot at the like just dirty shots or whatever, like head to head, crown of the helmet to the like stuff like that. That's reasonable because we've all seen like scary stuff.
Oh, for sure.
But like clean plays where somebody just got hit, may have looked hard and stuff like that, and gets flagged. Like the stuff with Kareem Jackson that year,
Oh
I
yeah.
just think, yeah, especially
Now,
when nobody's getting hurt, they were just flagging.
now
So
I don't understand how they expect you guys, like they banned or tried to ban the hip drop tackle or whatever.
yeah,
That's a in motion type of thing. Like there's no way to like
yeah,
stop your body from doing stuff like that, or like the roughing the passer
yeah,
penalties when a guy will be making a sack and he expects him to like let go mid fall or something. Like some
yeah.
of these some of these rules are just dumb.
It's crazy.
Joe?
All right, Delonte. Um, I see you went to Toledo, right? You played there
Mhm.
for 6 games. Did you play Ohio
Yep.
in those 6 games? Like Ohio
Ohio
University?
State.
No, just Ohio University, the Bobcats.
Oh no, no, no! I didn't get a chance to play versus them.
Oh
I would
no.
have though.
Okay.
I would have
Yep.
liked that.
Oh, you would have liked it? Yep.
Yeah.
That's Joe's alma mater.
Yep. That's my alma mater. I didn't play there, but
Yeah, that's nice though. That's nice. That's a nice school.
yep. Nice
Good Mac.
campus.
What
I
advice
used
would
them
you
on
give?
college.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No, I'm saying I'm gonna use them on college.
I will too.
Yeah,
That new college football game looks ridiculous. Um,
bro. It's getting too real.
I know. What advice would you give young athletes chasing their dreams right now? Like what uh, those kids who do think that it's Division 1 or bust? Like, do you recommend that they go to these 7-on-7s and all these camps, or you know, go, any kind of advice you might have for them?
I don't know. I recommend going to camps and stuff like that. But you got to work on yourself first. You don't want those camps to be a waste. Like you go on those and you're not even ready. So that's how when it becomes a scam when you haven't invested into yourself yet. Like you're just trying to be seen. You go and you may not have a good camp. So that's when it becomes a scam. But definitely encourage that type of stuff because it gets you seen, makes it easy. Like if I would, if I would, I could. Like I went to camps, more camps, um, had trainers. I didn't even have a trainer until I turned 20, and I was already like going into junior year. By then, I was getting ready for draft prep. So sometimes you just gotta put in your own work.
Well, that's pretty much a testament to your character. I follow you on all platforms of social media that you have,
Yeah,
and I'm watching a lot of the videos that you're doing. You're doing all kind of parkour shit, and you're doing all
yeah,
kind of jumping kicks and all kind of stuff that I could never imagine doing. So, and that's a testament to who you are. You're still putting the work in and still working on your own craft and working on yourself.
yeah,
And, you're not, you know, you're not sitting at home and letting somebody else win. You're still doing the thing.
yeah. But it's about I've always like worked out. I don't think like I may take a one rest day a week, but I don't know when the last time I just went like a week or more than 2 days without training. It's always been like just whole week one day back to it, whole week one day back to like I used to didn't know how to take rest days. So I just been doing this for a long time. Over time, it's just progressed to what I do now.
If you weren't playing football, what would you be doing?
I probably do track in the Olympics or be like a gymnast, Olympian, or some of that sort. Maybe a
What event?
stuntman,
What events did you run in track?
100, 200, 4x1, all the sprinter stuff, bro.
Okay.
All the sprinter stuff.
Uh,
I
what
think I did 400 like a couple times, but I didn't like that one. That wasn't as fun as 100, 200.
we have
Long jump, high jump.
you did them all. Nice. We have a kid. We have a local kid from Steubenville, Ohio. Zaire, is his name, right? Zaire.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Steubenville, Ohio. His 400 time. He's a sophomore in high school. His 400 time is at like 46.2 or something as a sophomore,
Mm,
and
that's nice.
he just got third in the 400. So
That's nice.
that's moving. I couldn't imagine running that fast ever in my life. I better be in chase.
Yeah, it's good
Joe,
though.
anything? You got anything?
Nope. I asked my questions, and he nailed them all.
Yeah. And anything you would like to share from your end that we haven't talked about, or
Um, pretty much. I mean, that's all that's on my mind, as far as the interview goes.
okay? Well, hey,
Definitely
Delonte,
appreciate it.
I know you. I know you have a lot going on outside of here. I know you're busy. I know you got all kind of life things going on too, and the fact that you took the time still and came onto our show and gave us little guys who just so happen to like to think we know what we're talking about with sports the time of day means a lot. So I greatly appreciate it, and we'll definitely stay in touch
No,
outside of here. And I hope and you know keep connecting.
yeah, appreciate you too.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, you take care of yourself. I'm Rob,
This is Joe.
and that's Delonte Hood, and we'll see you on the
Yes,
next
sir.
episode.